Okay, so we're joined by the wonderful Matthew Waters, a client of ours who is currently on week 5 of his rapid results system. So without further ado, I'm going to let him tell you a bit more about the program, and hopefully it can help some people out there kind of take the first steps on their fitness journey. So Matt, who are you and what do you do?
Hi, my name is Matthew Waters. I'm the Managing Director and founder of Harris and Holgate, who are a specialist insurance recruitment consultancy. We're based in EC3, so our job in terms of finding work for people of varying levels across the insurance industry requires me to spend a lot of time socialising. So out and about, eating and drinking, lots.
Yeah, hence the start on the program, right?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
Cool. So how did you feel before you started your 6-week program?
Well, I think like a lot of people, the lockdown probably caused more of the issue because I've always managed to keep a fairly consistent level of activity. But my weight was creeping up, and I'd reached a point where I didn't like the look of photos of myself, and I could feel that I was really struggling with energy, feeling quite lethargic, but was kind of like stuck in terms of what do I do or how do I get started along the pathway of getting myself back to where I think I should be.
Cool. Okay. So what was it that you were concerned about, before you started the program? What were your concerns and worries before you started?
Being honest, it's expensive. It really did make me think about what am I going to get. I mean, with everything in life, there had to be a bit of faith in terms of taking the leap. But I guess my main concerns were, right, I need to commit to this. I need to do this. Am I going to be able to find the time? My diary tends to be very fluid, so I was a bit worried about last minute meetings or dinners that I had planned or trips that I had planned. So I was pretty worried about that versus kind of the amount of money that the course was going to cost.
Okay, brilliant. So how has your experience been like? And talking specifically about you as a very busy business owner as well, and your experience of kind of what you expected things to be like, the concerns you had, and how have you found that's kind of played out over the last 5 weeks?
Well, actually, from starting the course, I found that the WhatsApp group with everybody on it was really helpful. So the things that I was concerned about around I'm going to be in a restaurant or I'm so in the past where I've worked with personal trainers or been on programs before, one of the things that I've really struggled with is their rigid approach to you've got to be here at this certain time, or if I asked them for nutritional advice, it was very one-dimensional in terms of what came back. So what I found really helpful here is first of all, if my diary does move around, there's a group of trainers, so missing a slot or having to change the time of a slot's really not been a problem at all. Secondly, I've got really good and lots of written information provided to me around nutritional data and information that's probably helped me to make choices and stick to the recommendations that the trainers made. But also where I have got stuck, I've been really impressed and wasn't expecting this bit. If I'm in a restaurant and I'm looking at a menu thinking, actually, what should I choose? The guys come back really quickly and say, okay, this is a good option. That's not a good option. Craig in particular goes through the menu, crosses things off, and he'll put a thing saying any of these, but don't have that. And it really helps in terms of, it's a small thing, but keeping me on track where I might have intentionally or unintentionally deviated off the path. It's just a really good service, which 9 o'clock at night these guys are still writing back saying, yep, do this, do that. So yeah, the accountability, that was great.
Brilliant. Okay, so what kind of results have you experienced? Obviously you're week 5 now. What kind of results have you experienced so far?
Yeah, so I think I've so including the kind of extra training that I'm doing on top of the training that you guys are doing with me, I think I'm down 6 6.5 kilos, something like that. So that's pretty rapid in terms of. I mean, I think it's about a stone
Yeah.
in 6 weeks.
Perfect. Perfect. So, what's been your favourite? Because you mentioned the accountability side of things. What's been your favourite thing about the 6 week rapid result program?
Um, I think just interacting with a group of passionate trainers who really care about what they do, and they want to share their knowledge with me, and they're sort of rooting for me to make it work. So actually going on these journeys, looking at um, sort of faced with what is potentially quite a large amount of weight that needs to be lost, it can be quite daunting. And just working alongside such a great group of people has really helped keep me on track and has, I guess, broken every stage of it down into a manageable bite, for want of a better analogy.
Brilliant. So just finally, and just to finish up, what would you say to anyone out there that's watching this video that is a business leader, CEO, director of a company that's really busy, highly stressed, lots of drinking and entertaining going? And what would you say to them? What would kind of help them to understand a little bit more about the things that helped you to take your first steps on your program?
I think that I think that what I would say would be, if you've reached the point that you know you want to do or need to do something about your situation, but you are struggling to spin the different plates that running a business and perhaps having a family and everything else provides or presents you, that the people at Truth make it very easy, and they've never said to me, "You can't do this" or "You can't do that." They always look for ways to help adapt the program to what I've got happening in my business life. So that's the biggest difference, I think.